Hello and welcome to Home Capital series on home ownership. In this series, we discuss about the various factors you should know before you decide to buy a house, the home buying process that you can expect, and finally, what are your responsibilities as a homeowner. In this episode, we will talk about the various costs associated with owning a house. These costs can be one-time costs that you will incur when you buy the house, or they can be recurring costs that you would have to budget for in your monthly budget even after you've purchased the house. Right? First, we'll talk about the various taxes associated with the cost of a house. Then we'll talk about certain other costs associated with home buying. And finally, we will talk about the home maintenance and other recurring charges that you need to keep in mind once you decide to buy your house. Before you take the plunge and the decision to buy the house, you need to keep in mind that in addition to what you pay the builder for buying the house, there are a lot of associated costs in addition to the amount you pay the builder. Now, these can be in the form of taxes that you pay to the government. These can be in the form of furnishing and decor of the house after you've got a possession of the house, or in the form of various maintenance and other taxes that you need to incur as a owner of the house. Let's start with the various taxes associated with buying a house. We have discussed some of them in the episode 1, and these include stamp duty, registration cost, GST, and the TDS that you need to deduct when you decide to buy the house. Let's look at each of them. Once you finalize a house, the same is registered in your name only after you pay the stamp duty and registration charges. The amount of stamp duty that you can be expected to pay varies from 2% to 6% of the property value and is determined by the state in which you plan to buy your house. Similarly, the registration charges are also a function of the local government, and they can either be a fixed amount or they can be determined as a percentage of the property value, with the government also fixing the minimum registration charges that are payable and the maximum amount that will be charged to you when you register the property. If we continue with our example of Mr. and Mrs. Sharma from episode 1, they will need to budget for an amount of rupees 1,60,700 towards the stamp duty of the house that they plan to purchase. This amount is arrived at by multiplying the property value of the house of 80.35 lakhs by the stamp duty of 2% applicable at Thane in the state of Maharashtra. In addition to the 1,60,000 that they budget for the stamp duty, the registration charges for a property in Thane will cost them an additional fixed amount of INR 30,000. So that gives a total fee of 1,90,700 that they need to budget towards the stamp duty and registration costs. The next important factor which adds up to the cost of your house is the GST that you pay to the builder. GST is a cost that is incurred when you purchase a property which is under construction, and the rate of GST is 5% for most of the properties which are under construction. If you are buying one of the affordable homes, that is those homes which the cost of which is less than 45 lakhs, the government has incentivized the sale of such homes by reducing the GST rate for such homes to 1% of the value of the affordable home. And in case you are buying a property where you've already received the completion certificate, then there is no GST applicable on such properties. In the case of our example of Mr. and Mrs. Sharma, they were buying a house which is under construction in Thane, and since the value of the house is 80.35 lakhs, they will land up paying an amount of 5% of 80.35 lakhs, which is 4,01,750 is the amount that they will have to pay towards the GST of this particular house purchase. Now, this GST amount is paid to the developer, who in turn will pay the amount to the government. So you as a buyer of the house do not have any responsibilities once you discharge the GST liability by paying it to the builder or the developer from whom you are purchasing the property. One additional tax that you need to keep in mind is the tax deducted at source. This is something which is your responsibility as a buyer. Now, how does this work? Is that when you decide to buy a house from a seller or a developer, and when you pay him an amount for that house which is in excess of 50 lakhs. This particular provision is applicable only when you buy a property which is more than 50 lakhs. 1% of the value of the property is what you need to deduct and pay to the government. Non-compliance of this provision attracts a penalty of INR 1 lakh. So this is something which you need to keep in mind, that it is your responsibility as a buyer to deduct a TDS and remit that to the government. So to make it simpler for you, let's take up the same example of Mr. and Mrs. Sharma, wherein they are buying a property which is worth 80.35 lakhs from their developer. So what will happen is, they will not pay the entire 80.35 lakhs to the developer. What they pay the developer is only 79 lakhs 54,650 rupees. The 1% TDS of 80,350 rupees, which is nothing but 1% multiplied by the value of the house, which is 80 lakh 35,000. This is the amount which they will remit to the government. So you can see that in this process, there is no additional cost for you as a buyer, but this is additional compliance that you need to keep in mind, that since the value of the house you purchased was more than 50 lakhs, you pay only 99% of the value of the house to the seller or developer, and the balance 1% you remit to the government, and the seller of the house will go and claim that TDS when he files his income tax return. If you were to add up all the 4 costs that we just discussed, we see that the agreement value for Mr. and Mrs. Sharma is 80.35 lakhs. To that we add the stamp duty cost of 1,60,700, GST of 4,01,750, and finally the TDS which they need to remit to the government, but which is not going to be an additional cost. If you add up all of these numbers, it gives us a total cost of 86,27,450 rupees. So the agreement value was 80,35,000. But the final amount that they are going to actually incur is 86,27,450 after accounting for all the taxes and other charges payable to the government. The Home Capital community assists and guides you successfully through your journey of home ownership. Join India's first community of home buyers and homeowners and take your next step towards home ownership.